Hi, I'm just curious. Can I ask how did you
Do you want
create
to turn
Suzy
around? Yeah.
ESSE, and were animals kind of inspiration for you?
Did you hear that, Suzy? How did you create ESSE, and were animals an inspiration for you?
Yeah, an animal called Gary Douglas was my inspiration. Um, I, I was, when I started doing Access, I started doing a lot of body work every day, really. And then I also started working with Access. And so we were actually in Australia, and we were coming back from a class. And we were sitting in the same taxi, and Gary was sitting in front of me. And all of a sudden, his body was basically like I couldn't, like, my hands just went and touched his neck and his shoulders, right? So I just went, and so then he was like, oh, that's nice. So by the time we got to the hotel, he said, hey, can you work on me with this? And I said, sure. I mean, I literally had no idea what that was, what I was doing. I just had that urge to touch him. So then I started working on him, and he really enjoyed it. And so the next day he said, can you do that stuff again? I said, sure. So then the day after that, he said, can we do it again? I said, sure. And then Dane said, well, what about me? So what are you guys doing? So I started working on them, and so I don't know, months or years later, I don't even remember, I asked, what am I doing? And then Gary said, oh, you're doing ESSE, Energetic Synthesis of Structural Embodiment. Oh, thanks.
As if that made so much more sense, right?
So, yeah, but that's how it really got started. Yeah.
And Suzy just liked to, at the time Suzy did it, she didn't really like working on people. So she would always work on animals.
Gary and Dane.
And horses, actual animals.